Alright, so I'm making these videos now. I'm recording these videos because last homework I had a lot of students coming to my office to ask questions, and I felt like the slides were not explaining the exact process step by step. So I thought that maybe recording some videos showing you guys how to work with Revit, how to proceed for the next steps would be easier. So let's start this video with the beams we would need. And in our project, we know that we have columns, we have beams, and we'll have trusses, but pretty much every structural element will be hidden in our architectural project. We will not be seeing any of those elements except for the beams. So in this video, I will show you guys how we would insert our beams in our project. So we could see the beams that will support our glass roof here, and when we render, it's going to look nicer. So first off, the beam command is up here. We go to the structure tab and beam. We basically click here, and like we've seen in class, we just click one point, drag the mouse, and click the other, and our beam is here. So in our project, we'll have the beams that support the glass roof over here. So we would have to click here, but I believe when we open the beams options here, we just have this shape here. So what we will need to do is to click here and load the family of beams, and it's in here, structural framing. We just click here and click in steel, and we can go down and see what kind of beams we want to load. In this example, I loaded this rectangular beam and the circular beam. And first off, I will insert this rectangular beam in the perimeter of my roof. So I will go to level 2 and I will select again beam, and I will click here at one point, click at the other, and my beam's placed. We can see that when we select our beam, we can just drag its end to match where we want to place it. It doesn't have to be um, exactly there. So I'll go to my 3D view, and then we see that our beam is not exactly where we want it to be. So what I'll do is I will just select my beam, and in the properties board over here, I will go down and find the offset of the beam. I see it's in here. Okay, Z offset value. So for example, I'll just type -2 feet, and it goes down. It's too much. -1, -0.11, -0.13. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I will rotate the section of my beam so it fits exactly under the roof here. So I'll go here and do -6, for example. And we see that it's pretty much the same angle. I will just drag horizontally. Note that we cannot drag our beam up and down, just sideways. And I will place it like here. Okay. And this is the first beam of our roof. And just like we did for this beam, I will do for the other one. I'll just do structure, beam, and I'll click here. Now you see that we have the a snap on this beam, it's because of the 3D snap in here that is activated. So just go all the way to my wall. I believe my wall is here. Yes. Go back to my 3D view, and it got the snap of the bottom wall here. So I'll just click on my beam, and you see where it says start level offset 12, start level end level offset minus something. Let me just set it back to 0, 0, and this will be level 2. And this should be horizontal line, horizontal now. Okay, let's set to 0, 0, so it goes up. Okay, so now I'll have to make this end of the beam to go down. So I'll go to end level offset. Let's see if this is the one, minus 1, it's the other. So I'll set it back to 0, minus 1, okay. Okay, we see that it's pretty much parallel to my roof. I just need to give a Z offset. So let's do 1 inch. Okay. Okay, it's not very parallel. So the end extension, let's do minus 0.1 and minus 0.2. Oops, it should be end level offset 0.2. Okay, and 0. Okay, that's good enough for me. So let's just move this a little bit to the right. I can hit MV to move. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go to my level 2 and I will just copy this beam, and this should go here. Let's go to my 3D view and see how it is. Okay, let me move just a little bit to the right. Okay, that is perfect. Okay, so now we have the perimeter of our beams under my roof. So what I'll create now is something called a beam system, that is basically a system of beams. So what I'll do is I'll just click here, and then it asks me to create a perimeter for my beam system. But what I really want to do is I want to set my work plane as it's already picked here, but if it's not, you just click pick plane, and you should pick the plane of your roof. So I click here, and then let me go to my top view, or if I want to look better, go to our level 2. Now I will use pick lines, and I will pick, okay, let me go back in a second. So now that I'm on level 2, I will, and my plane is set at the roof, I will just select the boundary of my beam system, and I will use the command pick lines, and I'll click on basically on the boundary where I want it to be, here, here. Let's go back later and fix that line, here, here, and I'll click here and here. Okay, so now to fix this line, I will use the command align, which is AL. So I just press AL, I'll click here and here, here, and I will use TR, trim extend, to join the lines. So TR, here, and here. Okay, and note that we see that we have two pink lines here, and these are the beam direction of my beam system, and we have a fixed space in here of 6 feet. So let's see how it fits. I'll press finish, and I'll see that the beams are not in the right direction. So what I'll do is I will click again, edit boundary, and then I'll click here, beam direction, line, and they should go this way. Okay. Now that we have our beam system ready and the beams around it that support our roof, I will show you guys real quick how to insert the beams that will go from theoretically from the slab here to the end of our roof to support it. So I'll go to level 2, and first I will just create a horizontal beam, and I will choose this pipe section here, the circular section. I will remember to check the 3D snapping, and I'll click here in the end of my beam and click here on the wall. Okay, I'll just go a little bit in the wall. Okay, let's go to the 3D view, and I will select my beam and go to a side view. Okay, so all I need to do now is to modify the start level offset and end level offset. For example, start level, let's do -1, a little bit more, -1 space 1. Good, it's inside, and here let's do 9. A little bit more, 10. Okay, that's good. So in our case, this beam right here and a beam that will go here are going to be identical. So I'll go to level 2 and I will just copy, pressing CO, and I'll click here and here, go to my 3D view to check. It's good. So what I'll do now to gain some time, I will do the same. I'll just copy and I'll click here, and let's do the middle of my beam system here. Okay, and see that I created a section here. I will double click on my section, and my beam is here. Let me just check if this is the one. Yes, this is it. And what I'll do is I will keep an eye on the start and end extension and start level offset and end level offset. So let's try to do start 1. It is the other way, or more easily we can just drag this. Let me increase my section view. Okay, I will do up to the center of my wall, more or less, and end level offset, let's do 9, and we'll just keep on decreasing. 4, oops, 6, okay, and 5, 4. So we see now that it's in my slab. So let me go back to level 2, and I will do copy, and you see here I will check multiple. That means I will copy more than one time. I click here, I'll drag and click here in the middle, and I'll click one more time here. Let's check in our 3D view how it is, and it looks good. And this is how our beams for our glass roof will look like.